Imagine, for a moment, stepping back in time, thousands of years ago, to the sun-drenched land of ancient Egypt. Picture bustling marketplaces overflowing with exotic goods, the majestic Nile River snaking its way through the desert, and the towering pyramids reaching for the sky. Life was vibrant, but certainly not without its challenges. Aches and pains, the inevitable companions of a life filled with labor and the occasional mishap, were as common then as they are now. But what did the ancient Egyptians do for relief? They didn't have pharmacies stocked with modern painkillers. Their medicine cabinet, quite literally, came from the land. Specifically, it came from the willow tree. Yes, that graceful tree with its weeping branches, so often associated with sorrow, held a secret weapon against pain within its bark. They observed, perhaps through generations of trial and error, that chewing on or brewing willow bark into a tea could ease their suffering. But it wasn't just some random hunch. They were unknowingly harnessing the power of salicin, a natural compound remarkably similar to what we know today as aspirin. Think about that for a second. Thousands of years before aspirin was synthesized in a laboratory, these resourceful people were already using its natural precursor. They were true pioneers of pain management. Now, imagine trying to swallow a mouthful of bitter willow bark. Not exactly the most palatable remedy, right? The ancient Egyptians were clever, though. They understood the importance of making their medicine tolerable, maybe even enjoyable. So, they weren't just gnawing on bark like beavers. They were crafting ingenious concoctions. Picture a bustling Egyptian kitchen. A woman, perhaps a wise elder or a skilled healer, carefully strips the bark from a willow branch. She might then boil it in water to extract the beneficial compounds, creating a potent, albeit bitter, brew. But here's where the culinary artistry comes in. To mask the bitterness of the willow bark extract, they would blend it with the natural sweetness of fruits. Dates, those chewy, caramel-like delights, were a favorite. Figs, bursting with their honeyed flavor, were another popular choice. Imagine the willow bark tea, infused with the earthy sweetness of dates and the complex notes of figs. A far cry from a modern-day pill, but likely a far more sensory experience. The result was more than just medicine. It was a therapeutic beverage, a natural elixir designed to ease pain and soothe the senses. The sweetness of the fruits not only made the drink more palatable but likely also provided a boost of energy, further aiding the body's natural healing processes. Beyond simply masking the taste, there's a fascinating cultural aspect to consider. Sharing this beverage could have been a communal act, a ritual of healing passed down through generations. Imagine families gathered together, sharing stories and sips of this ancient remedy, strengthening their bonds while finding relief from their physical ailments. It paints a vivid picture, doesn't it? It's easy to take modern medicine for granted. We pop a pill and often don't think twice about the complex processes that led to its creation. But remembering the ancient Egyptians and their ingenious use of willow bark and fruits reminds us of the deep connection between humans and nature, and the long and fascinating history of our quest for well-being. Next time you reach for an aspirin, take a moment to appreciate the knowledge and resourcefulness of those who came before us, and the power of the natural world to provide comfort and healing. It all started, perhaps, with a simple willow tree, a few sweet dates, and the wisdom of ancient Egypt.